Okay, so now that you've refreshed your mind with your 11 times table, now we're going to talk about this trick that's going to help you with your 12 times table. And that's what we're focusing on today. So, we know that 1 times 12 is 12, and 12 times 12 is 144. But what about all the ones in between? Okay, so we're going to take, as an example, and I've got this here so that we can peel it off and check whether we were right. Let's take 6 times 12 as our first example, and I'll show you how we're going to do our trick. So 6 times 12 equals something. Now, the first part of the trick, it's a two-part thing. The first part is we're going to take this number, whatever the number is, that we're timesing by 12, and we're going to double it. Okay? So 6 doubled, or times 2, is what? What's 6 times 2? If you need to pause the video to work it out, pause the video. If not, give you 4 more seconds. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay? So we know that already. We know that since we started doing our 2 times table. Ages and ages ago. Piece of cake. So that's the first step. Okay? The next step, we're going to imagine that this doesn't say 6. It's a multiple of 10. Whatever that number is, we've done that doubling, whatever that number is, we then make it into a multiple of 10. And by that, I mean we plonk a 0 on the end of it. Okay, so that then becomes 60. So if that was 8 times 12, that would become 80. If that was 9 times 12, that would become 90. So we've got 6 times 12, so that's going to become 60. And then all we do is we add this number to this number. So the double and then the multiple of 10, we add them together, which makes, let's see, what does it make? Add the 10, add the 2, what do we reckon? 72. So, let's see if we were right. Doing our trick first of all. 6 times 12 equals 72. Awesome, we were spot on. Now, let's see if that was a fluke or whether we can do it again. Let's imagine that instead of 6 times 12, we'll pick a different one. Take any suggestions? 9 times 12, cool, good shout. So, imagine it was 9 times 12. Do we remember what the first step was? We've got to double it. So our first step is to take whatever that number is and we need to double it. So 9 times 2. What is 9 times 2? 18. Okay, that's our first step. We've done that double. So exactly the same as the last time. Then what do we need to do? We need to make this into a multiple of 10. So, like it was 60 last time, it's now 9 times 12, so we do add a 0 onto the end of there. That makes it, our multiple of 10 is 90. So, 90 plus that number we had earlier equals, what does it equal? If you need to pause the video to work it out very quickly, absolutely do it. 90 plus 18 equals 108. Let's see if we were right. 9 times 12, 108. Easy peasy lemons squeezy. Let's do one more. And remember guys, if you're really not sure on this, you can always rewind this video, watch it again, watch it slowly, pause it when you need to, just to work it out. Let's have another suggestion for which one we should do next. 4 times 12, good call, good call. Okay, so 4 times 12 equals something. Now, our first step, hopefully you're already ahead of the game, you know what you're going to do first. You're going to double it. So, you're doubling this number. Everything is happening to this number. The process stays exactly the same. So we double it. So 4 times 2, that's what doubling is, equals, hopefully that one shouldn't take too long, 8. Now, our next step, we've doubled it. Our next step was to make it a multiple of 10. So 4 made into a multiple of 10 would be 40. So let's add that number we found there with our double to our multiple of 10 equals 48. Let's see if we're right there, just to double check it always works. It does. It always works. So our first job is double it. And then multiple of 10. Those are our two tricks. Oh, and then we've got to add it together. That is our trick for working out the 12 times tables. Easy peasy. Go on to the next slide and it will talk you through it in writing. If you want to rewatch the video, absolutely do it. Go on to the slide after that and it will tell you what your task is for today. Well done.